Hey, good morning from the White Filth compound. We're going to do another new collection, believe it or not. The beginning of the year is always, stuff coming in from after the holiday special. I know a lot of people are waiting for records. Just wait, No need to complain to anybody. We're all tired of it. I know people waiting and people sending, so yeah, they will come. If you send it, they will come. We are listening to, I've talked about this record some bunch, but we're listening to Typhoon again with Criminal Debt, discography 87 to 92, band from Genk, a city near my city. Why I played it or wanted to highlight it again is because it's on FOAD Records, very good label that does a lot of old re-releases of forgotten bands like Typhoon. It popped up in the Analog Black Terror book. And then yesterday, my neighbor was over for record listening because he knew I got the Kindred record in and he wanted to hear that. And he was looking through the booklet for Typhoon, which I did a bunch, but he stumbled upon something that I never noticed. One of the guys in here is called Dennis Burgas, and Dennis is Typhoon is not only the local trash band, Dennis is also the local pornking. So yeah, that gives an extra layer to this record or this document, fait divers, if you will. They both said it at the same time. So yeah, Typhoon, Criminal Debt. I got some records from Erik Midden, the guy I got the Beheaded stuff from, and the Battery. He was selling the Typhoon, that's Ralph's copy. I enjoyed that so much that I also picked up Excreta, We Will Trash You, Demos and Live 84 to 86. I haven't found the time to listen to it, but it's the purple out of the two. It is not as, it comes with this, it doesn't have a booklet, so I'm not sure where they are from, because they don't wear it on their sleeve. It says Brussels on some of the documents here, but yeah, it's a hardcore metal outfit, if you will, from Belgium. A lot of tracks on here. It's like maybe full discography, I'm not sure, but it looks insane. I bought this just on the strength of the Typhoon material, and then knowing what the label does, plus it was like 12 euros from Erik. So yeah, very cool to have another Belgian banger in the discography. There are some 7 inches that I will talk next, because I bought only 7 inches from him this time. I went through the full lengths, so now the EP list was up. But first, I want to talk about this stack of records, and this is from Repose Records. Thursday was my day off, and the mailman knocked on the door. There was a package that I didn't know where it was from. It was from England, but I had no orders from England, or no running orders. There was nothing from the label, so I put it aside because I thought it was for hypertension. Then it turned out it was a gift box, or a care package, if you will, from Repose Records. Tom over there is watching my channel, it seems, and he just, out of the goodness of his heart, sent me no less than 4 12 inches, which is really appreciated. There you go. I'll talk about what I heard, because I haven't heard everything. I haven't heard this one, but he sent me this with a handwritten letter saying I would like this very much based on the people that are in this band. I think it says Dead Void Terror, The Great Monolith 2, 108 gram, and these are all spectacular packaging wise and stuff like that. Just came with a entire booklet with extra artwork running all through it. Yeah. It has this weird thing in the back. It's like a piece of paper from a bigger wrapped all around it, and there, if you know that stamp, you know what to expect. Yeah, to get a bunch of records for free, just as support, that's always cool. This is and these are mostly still available, but yeah, I'm going to play this soon. I haven't heard this one, the Occult Rain Rulum. As far as I can see, it's a split between these two bands. This is the standard version. It came out on a gorgeous blue. Also fitting the artwork on this. And like I said, yeah, Rain and Ruin or something. Rulum, sorry, the Occult. Very cool releases. There's one Wolves in the Throne Room looking dude, and there's one more classic looking, but I love the blue-green finish on this one. Japanese protective sleeve going around it. And yeah, like I said, I haven't heard this one. I don't know what to expect. I think one side folky, folk influenced, black metal, nature inspired, and one is maybe more of a raw sound. I'm not sure, but it looks incredible, this for sure. Then this one is something weird. I think it's a one-man project, but I could be mistaken. The Codontion? Decodontion. Weird name. Logo reminds me of Triumvir Foul, which is always a good thing. Supercontinent, it says. Cover, once again, amazing. Very simple, but I'm spitting. Very simple, but it looks like a supercontinent, but the colors are amazing. Yeah, I don't know too much. Two guys. GEF, vocals and songwriting, and then GD, bass, arrangement, and lyrics. With a bunch of guest musicians. Skatvaldur, JGP, RC, VP. So yeah. It seems it's from Italy, but I'm not sure. I put it on, but it was kind of late that night. I was, in one of those party moods, and it struck me as a bit weird. It is some death metal sounds, but there were a lot of, there were a lot of elements going into it, a lot of weird tempo parts. So I have to look or listen to this once more to fully grasp what was on here. But it looked very promising. So I put it on for a second. The one that because I was looking into the label because they released that, I don't know what it's called, the Light and Shadow, something like it. One of the more hyped records from that label, which is also sold out. I had it on Babylon Doom Cult, but the order fell through or something like it. Or I was too late. The other one that grabbed my attention purely because of the cover is the Oracle with Hypogeum. 180 gram vinyl, it says, very important. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect by this. Looking from the promo pictures, it could be raw black metal, it could be dungeon synth. It is actually none of the two. This is a promo flyer for all their releases. Oh, here it is. The Sun's Journey Through the Night. Sorry. That's the one I was talking about. They also have Burier CDs. Yeah. They have some cool stuff. Yeah, let's talk about the cover first. Very cool looking image. I always had this idea for an Amun-Ra video or a live performance where you would be standing in a crowd and all of a sudden 3 or more people would start hovering above the crowd. But that is always kind of a vision I had for that band. Never told them. There you go. This is the man behind it, the Oracle, if you will. So yeah, looking at these pictures, I didn't know what to expect. It is more ambient. It is a bit dungeon synth, but it is not dungeon synth in the way that it handles about, the Castlevania music per se. It has more. 2 posters, the black and the white. It has more of a. It's hard to describe. It is dungeon synth in Ascension, but it has a lot of synthwave elements, so there's some tempo changes. It goes a little bit bass heavy in some parts, especially on the last part of the second side, of the A side. So it has influences of both dungeon synth and synthwave, which makes it fun to listen to, because my stance on dungeon synth. I do like a few bands. There are others that, there is so much, and I think the dungeon synth scene is starting to color the black metal scene. You can see it in the layouts and stuff like that. So it's weird how they cross-pollinate each other. But yeah, if LUGUBRUM is doing trap beats on their last record, or trap drums. Where are we in the music spectrum for black metal, I guess? Let's dive into... I'll keep the 3 full lengths for last and dive into the 7 inches from Erik. Thank you very much. These were all very fairly priced, you know, for such classic 7 inches. The first one is Festering Glorification from Wormridden. I listened to their full a bunch this year. It was actually in my... No, it was not in my top. The Cryptworm was. There you go. A Japanese guy on vocals, and I think the dude behind or fronting Takeshi and David. So Takashi is the Wormridden guy per se, and David is from Undergang and Extremely Rotten. This came out on Extremely Rotten. Here are the guys. Oh, sorry, this is Misaka Unoyo. Very sorry. The tape probably was, you know. But yeah, Wormridden. Yeah, sound-wise, I don't know how it compares to the full length or the EP, Festering Grave, but it's down-tuned. It has some Japanese influences, if you will. Not that I know too many Japanese death metal bands, but you know, that Japanese sound that goes from Abigail through Psy, through all those bands. It has this too, but if you have one of the Denmark guys in there, it will have that stamp too. I'm talking about them. This is his art. There were some flyers and stickers in here that he sent, and a nameje karton, but let's not go there. This is one of their EPs, Som til din lichtkiste, I think. So yeah, something about a coffin. Backside, also very cool. All done by the guy from Untergang. I know his name and I always forget his name. It's weird. T. Tordurtot. Not sure. Yeah. Live image, white on the other side, but yeah. Misaka Unoyo, number 40, and Dark Descent. Nifty little 7-inch. I am trying to grab some more Untergang because why the hell not? So yeah, that was welcomed. It was kind of a shock to me that these were still in this collection, but it seems I was the first to mine the entire list. Syphilitic Vaginas, I bought the full length and the EPs and the demos he had, so bought these two. Under Satan's Command, and then the Non-Slaughter Satanic Masturbation 7-inch. There is not much, you know, artwork wise. There is the inside for Non-Slaughter, and then there's the inside for Syphilitic Vaginas, which, nice job. This came out on their own label, I think. Does it say somewhere? No. There's not much info on there. Non-Slaughter, Syphilitic Vaginas, but yeah. Two great looking 7 inches to add to the Syphilitic Vaginas collection, which is always nice. Magnusson, the Swedish guy who wants to be Japanese. Records done. We're listening to Defeatory Chasm or Perpetual Decay on Barbaric Brutality, to go in a slightly different sound. Black Motor Covenant, one of their earlier EPs. There you go, very Japanese, and this was on Rescued from Live Records, I'm sorry, in the US. Black Sorcery, The Lycan Horror, Scream Evil, and In Devil Knights. Yusuke Flamethrower, Haruko Outlaw, and Masaru Iron Bitch. Fuck off, all one. Yeah, cool to have that one. So that's Syphilitic. Then one that that was on my want list forever because, as you know, I am a Boris fan. Boris from Japan. A little harder. So he had this. This is the Tomsk 7, I think, and then Boris split. You know, if you are into Boris, this is a classic 7-inch or a classic split just because of the artwork alone. There we go. I always loved that collage with the green. The tone 7 is a bit more standard, but yeah. You can see by then that they were something special, this band. This trio of noisemakers. It is the silver and red. I don't know how many editions there are, but it also came with this promotional obi, if you will, for their, what is it, Absolute Ego CD, and then the Boris Barebones coupling CD, so another split. This was nice that was in here. And then the last one, I'll show the nice sticker first. That was in there. And then the last one was Bone Owl with, what's it, Undying Glare. I should have noticed his Undying Glare. Bone Owl, two guys behind Repose Records that have, yeah, done tons of bands, especially M. Del Rio, or under that moniker. He's also in Raspberry Bulbs. It goes on and on and on. This is a, normally it's more on the spectrum of punk, black metal, that crossover. This is more of a black metal EP that's been thrown down the stairs, so it creates this entire maelstrom of chaos, and then they kind of rein it in, and it's still listenable, which is kind of a feat. Recorded in autumn 2006 under extreme conditions, so yeah, you can hear it. 3 tracks on this monster: Visions of Altitude, Undying Glare, and Passing Through Shadows. Nothing much here. This is a one-sided 7-inch, imagine the waist, but yeah, still nice to have it in the collection. Now, Eric, I think that's the last time I can talk about your records, but buddy, very much appreciate it. The deals we made and the patience you had with me, so thank you very much. Once again, very good stack. There you go. Thank you. Some holes were filled. Oh yeah, and the Boris one. Then 3 records left. 2 that were in my 2020, or 1 that was in my 2020. This one I got to know through Scourge of Vinyl, and it's called Proscription Conduit. One of the records that kept popping up in a lot of end-of-year lists, and especially, like I said, I think Brandon from Scourge of Vinyl, I'm not sure about his name, YouTube channel that I'll try to link. Not that he needs my attention, but you know, there are some good guys. And please, if you have recommendations for guys that does, you know, or girls that do this kind of videos, please leave them in the comments, because my algorithm just keeps feeding me SNL and stuff like that. So if you have some people that are doing way better than me, please. I know the big ones. So. I will shout out Mr. Midwestern Abyss. He's on his 2nd video. He is my US hub for, you know, he is my US address. My shit's all coming together there, and then he just sends me a box. I do the same for him. So yeah, if you're looking to save on shipping, that's maybe a tip. You know, find somebody in the US or on another continent that will hold stuff for you, and then ship it over in one piece or in one box, so you save on shipping. And think of custom prices, because you'll get fucked. But yeah, here we go. Proscription with Conduit. The only Dark Descent record that made it into my collection this year, I think. A lot of tracks on here to reveal the words without words: Blessed Feast of the Black Set, The Burning Sun, Red Sacrament, Black Communion. Sound-wise, it is in the Dark Descent scene. You could say there are some Blood Incantation comparisons, but it is, the Blood Incantation is the cosmic side. This is the Look Within Thyself, the dark side, if you will. I have to listen to it a few more times to really grasp, because it is a full length and it is a bit dense, but it's, yeah. I maybe heard some Titan Blood comparisons, but that could be because of the artwork, but it is a very good record, and Brandon was not wrong to include it in his top videos. Comes with this nifty little booklet with lyrics an artwork. And I had to scramble to get this one. I bought it from a sound cave, I think, in Italy. Still had a copy. But yeah, I think Dark Descent has been sold out of this one for a while. This is just a black vinyl. I'm not sure there are variations in color or anything, but if you are into Blackened, Dead, Doom maybe, but it's a very full sound. It's not slowing down too much. So yeah, if you're into that scene, Conduit with, Proscription, sorry, with Conduit is something for you maybe. Then two more. First, coffee. While that tape is running through, one of my maybe records of the year. It will show up, I guess, in my top 20. This is Oldowan Gash with Hubris Unchained. It is put out through Drakkar USA 2020 and distributed by Klaxon Records. I got this, or the tip came from Overuse, the guy who runs that label and who is, one of my favorite musicians. He was talking in the last My War zine about plans to go to US. He was talking about hanging with this guy, the Forlorn Spirit, who is also one of his projects is also Desert Eagle, but this is seems to be the main project, Oldowan Gash. US black metal. First time I listened to it, because I got it on his recommendation, another record I had to scramble. I got this at Hasweg, I think, which is a bit wrong, but they had it, so what are you gonna do? The first time I heard it, my expectations were high because it came from Tasmania, or the tip came from Tasmania. So I put it on, and it wasn't what I was expecting. But then yesterday I listened to it 2 more times, I think, and it's starting to grow. I'm starting to hear what the point or what maybe the idea is. It is very majestic in execution and in the way he wants to portray the band, but the sound is very reined in, so it's very personal. It's like the opposite of Turia, where they started from a very small sound, a very close-knit, and then they went huge with the mountain stuff. This is, I can't speak to it that it's really one of my favorite records for this year. It's still early, but it's a grower for sure, because the first time I was disappointed, the second and the third time I was hearing it. Lyrics also on point. Deals with death. It deals with feral hearts, inventing Armageddon, mysteries of our redemption, blinding moon. It's one of those records that that maybe will be hard to find if you don't jump on it now, and if you are into the kind of music we talk about. It is raw black metal, but it's not raw in production. It's raw in, once again, in intention and in presentation, the concepts, if you will. Straight consciousness at one extremity. So yeah, look into it. I'm not promising anything. I'm not promising this will be your favorite record, but like I said, if it grows on you in 3 listens, there's something there. So Oldowan Gash, the Forlorn Spirit, and good tip by Overuse. But yeah, cool to have it in the collection, and it was actually very cheap. To get post-wise, record-wise, so jumped on that one. Last one, and this came in only recently, and this is actually not my copy. This is a copy for Jules, the one guy I talked about a lot in these videos. I'm preparing a package for him, looking at it over there. This is Night Scarlet Symphonies Moon Citadel. I ordered this one the minute I saw it pop up, but the red one was already sold out on Darker Than Black. So I grabbed the black one, thinking, because I was under the impression at that time, because it's a long time ago, I think it's half a year ago, I was under the impression that it came out on Darker Than Black instead of Werewolf, and that it was already sold out, so I jumped on the black one just to have it in the collection, only to realize it's Werewolf and it will be in press maybe forever. Moon Citadel, Night Scarlet Symphonies. This record, I've been waiting for a long time on it, ever since the demo release on Darker Than Black. There were rumors and talks about a full length, of course, but it took a long time, but it was worth the wait. a duo, and they are Stormheit and Foreteller of Black Gnostis and the Ancient Hyperborean Spirits. So yeah, write that on your exams every day. But yeah, lyrics are here. Lyrics are very good. The vocal delivery is incredible. He has this way of, the lyrics are fully written out, but he has this way of leaving words that aren't necessary to punctuate the way he sings or the way he brings his lyrics. The Dweller of the Lowest Moon, I think. There was one that was, I was listening to it and I was thinking, if this happens, it's a perfect track, and then it just did. I think it's this one. Dweller of the Lowest Moon. Yeah, when he goes to Everdeep Ocean of the Spiritual Self, it just breaks. That track breaks, and it's yeah, it's a very good album. I got it in Friday, I think. Yeah, Friday. So I haven't delved into it. I listened to it a few times digital, but then I stopped because I wanted to, once again, have it on the turntable. But yeah, it's a kind of a bare bones. It's a very nicely, you know, the artwork is very nicely done, but it's very bare bones. There's nothing too much going into it. But yeah, the End of the World, Armageddon looking artwork really does it for me. So Moon Citadel, this will probably show up in the end of the year list. I'm calling it now. It's a very good one. Finnish, I say Finnish, but I'm doubting myself. Should be Finnish. Black metal with some synth influences, but the synths are not on top of it or extra. It's just perfectly layered in with the guitar work, and it's not overbearing, which I like for this record. I have spoken out on synth material in the past. If it's there and it's done right, like Varigaf, like this one, like, you know, Werewolf records seem to do, it's good, and I like it. My copy hopefully will come in when the Ymir is being released, or is being released from the pressing plant, so I hope soon. That's it. Not strained too much from the path, not rambled too much. It's almost half an hour, so I'm not sure. I'm doing it now. Thank you very much. Hope to see you. Thursday we're doing Grondwerk and we're diving into LUGUBRUM. I've been rechecking a lot of stuff, and yeah, you'll see what we think about it. He was delving into, so it will be a long one, I think, with a lot of good tips, new records and stuff like that. So if you're into music, drop by, have a beer. Guys, talk soon. Peace.